Terrific Tuesday to you, YOW table leaders. We are supportive, kind, present, positive, and fun adults whose purpose as a team is to help Trinity's young people grow into adult members of this Christian community. This is the prep video for our 6th YOW session. I'd like to note that I'm recording this a week early. Tomorrow is our YOW chili supper. So first things first, I want to thank you all for all the hard work and for all of your support for this event, for this annual event. I think this is showing us to be real models for these young folks. And I'm just really excited how organized we are. And as I'm here on this terrific Tuesday, I'm just seeing the donations and the gifts come in. And in about an hour and a half or so, we're going to start getting prep ready. So it's super exciting. So if you're seeing this a little bit early, know that this is tomorrow, and thank you in advance. And if you're seeing this afterward, just know that I'm really grateful. Before we get into the meat of the next session, there's a couple things I want to note. Kim White will be leading YOW on November 6th, so next week, Wednesday, November 6th. And Pastor Mark will be there as well. And we will get a special presentation from Pastor Mark on church colors and church seasons. And I think the 8th graders, particularly the kids that are confirmation ready, will find particularly useful since they'll need that information for their sermon notes. Otherwise, I won't be there. I have an event that I need to be involved with for my daughter, and so I'll be off that evening. So I know you are in good hands with Kim White and Pastor Mark. So we are talking about this week on November 6th. We're talking about the 10 Commandments and God's will. The fact is that the 10 Commandments are this ancient code that's been given to us through our Bible, and it is God's will that we live that way. It's also God's will we achieve salvation through Christ. And I wouldn't say we achieve, that we are given salvation through his son Jesus, through God's son Jesus Christ. We are going to talk about that, and we're going to wrestle with that, God's will and the 10 Commandments this week. And really what it's going to come down to, there's only going to be a page of reading in our book, just one page of reading, pretty simple. And then we're going to spend majority of our time in terms of our reading inside the Small Catechism, specifically reading that 10 Commandments chapter and looking at what Luther suggests and offers to us as ways to understand each of these 10 Commandments. The goal isn't the reading. The goal is to get each of your tables to think about 3 big questions. The first is, which 3 commandments do they think are most often broken in the world, are most often broken at school, most often broken at home? Okay? I really want us to take these things and apply this to real life. The purpose of YOW isn't for us just to read. It is let's give them a chance to go and wrestle with these things. So which of these 3 commandments do they see most broken most often in their lives? Second, how does breaking those 3 commandments hurt people in the world and at school and at home? Right? I want them to think about how breaking those 3 commandments hurt folks. And then I want them to have sort of a moment where they think about how God interacts with their life and as part of a 2-part question. And that is, what can they do to keep from breaking those 3 commandments? And how is God helping them keep those 3 commandments? There'll be some other activities that we'll have set up as part of the presentation if there's time. Some looking at how might loving God and loving your neighbor be connected, and some exploring inside of the Bible. But those are the 3 big questions that I want you to look at. If there's space as well, Kim may have an activity for all of us, again, to continue to grow as a community. See, some advice here for this week. I encourage you, so 2 things. First, I encourage you, and attached as part of this video and attached in the email that when I send this out, is a link to that chapter of the Small Catechism. I'd really like you to take a look at that, at least read that and review that through once. It's pretty short. We're only looking at a couple of pages, just so that you can start thinking about, where do we see these commandments broken in life? How do people get harmed when they're broken? In what ways does God support you in keeping these commandments? And and just to make sure that you're familiar with that material. And it's going to be a very quick read. I just think that this session is an opportunity for us to really help these young folks make our faith real and apply to their lives. So let's take that opportunity. Like a bit of advice for you, isn't really advice, but it's a request. Are there any other ways that Kim and I should be supporting you as YOW leaders? And again, either before, during, or after our YOW sessions. We pulled together these videos for you to help you so you're not surprised about what's happening and that you're prepared and can get this information really easily. But are there other things that we should be doing for you as well? So go ahead and please reach out to either of us if you have ideas or questions or comments. We are really want to hear those things. And finally, I'm in the process of seeing if I can recruit a 6th permanent table leader to see if we can grow to a 6th table. I think that would, I've heard from you folks, and I think that would help us well also, and it seems like a lot of you as table leaders think so too. Okay, well, that is it, and I'm sorry I'm going to miss you on the 6th. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the chili supper in a couple days, and God bless you.